So I don't know how effective this vlog is going to be, because it is really windy right now. And I'm already sliding, so I gotta be kind of careful. Finish it up. Oh no, leave that on. So obviously it's been a little while since I posted anything, and I'd like to change that. We'll see how consistent I can be. I've got to focus pretty hard today because the weather is not great, and there's still a bunch of, as you can see, a bunch of sand and crap on the road from this winter. It's cold. But I asked them, I put it out there what kind of topics people wanted to hear about. I've got everything from legalizing wheelies to something about the Death Star. I don't know. I'd love to talk about that actually, but I kind of want to talk. It'll be a couple of subjects mixed into one. Someone mentioned being the first ride of the year, and just safety in general, because riders haven't been on the roads in a while, and drivers haven't, or are not used to seeing us on the roads. I like that one a lot, and it's going to tie a little bit into what my friend Mr. Fox mentioned. Happiness. So starting with drivers not used to seeing us on the roads, you know, it's tough as it is, because people in cars generally have a harder time seeing us as riders. So safety is an issue anyway, but this individual is correct, and this particular weather is not ideal for riding. And so people are not used to seeing, or looking for, I should say, riders on the road. Now it is their responsibility to watch for us. And I, as a driver, when I'm in a car, I'm guilty of it too, as far as I do my best to watch out, but there are sometimes it's just hard to see riders. I think the bulk, and I'm going to probably catch some shit for this, but I think the bulk of the responsibility honestly lies with us. Now, in order to be on a motorcycle anyway, you should have had some training. It takes a lot of effort to ride, both mentally and physically. And I think we take on the responsibility when we get on the bike to make sure that we're protected. We can't put our lives in the hands of others. We can't. We just can't. There are too many people I care about for me to do that. I just don't trust other people's judgment as much as I'd like to. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of love for everybody. I'm not afraid to put the happiness of myself and the people I love in the hands of someone else. I just don't have that much trust. And that's how you should look at it, I believe, when you're riding. You have to be 100% defensive. You have to know what to look for and resist urges to do, for lack of a better term, stupid shit when you're riding around in the middle of traffic. Now, please don't get me wrong. I said I think the bulk of the responsibility should be on us as riders. But that doesn't relieve the responsibility of people in cars watching out for us. I get just as pissed as everybody else when I get cut off or someone doesn't see me and oh, that's a big gust. Someone doesn't see me and just about takes me out. The bottom line is, there's a sense of entitlement that comes with a lot of people on bikes, and it shouldn't be there. It just shouldn't. Everybody has their own reasons to ride. I read something on Facebook the other day in a group I was in, and this person said there's a topic about running from the police. One of the individuals in the thread said, I ride for me and nobody else. I ride because it makes me happy. And that's true, but the second your happiness starts to put yourself or others in danger, I don't think it's happiness anymore. I think it's just reckless. You simply cannot put yourself on a pedestal when you're on a bike. It just doesn't work that way. The sense of entitlement that a lot of riders have is what makes, honestly, it's what makes riding in groups dangerous. It's what makes riding in general dangerous. It gives a lot of riders a bad name. You shouldn't have to defend your happiness. If it really makes you happy to piss off everybody in traffic and break the law, no one can tell you that doesn't make you happy. But I can tell you that's not necessarily what I see as right. Here comes the snow. Or might be rain, actually. It's time to head home. Back to the lair. Short patrol today. So I'm curious what everybody else thinks as far as rider safety and the cars looking out for us. I personally believe it's 100% up to us. Now, I'm not saying that relieves responsibility from someone in the car. What I'm saying is, I see it as the only option for me to be as safe as possible. I have to be 100% defensive. I can't count on others seeing me. You can't have the sense of entitlement that a lot of people have, that you own the road, that the road belongs to motorcycles. It does not. It belongs to everybody who has the right to drive or ride. You cannot jump on your bike and then blame everybody else for being a shitty driver. Most of the close calls I've been in, I would say 75% of the close calls I've been in, and even the few wrecks I've been in, could have been avoided if I was paying attention more than I was. You have to have that mentality. If you don't, you will wreck. You will. Someone will hit you. It's just a matter of time, and it's going to be your fault. It may not be all your fault, but it will be your fault. You have to drive 100% defensively. You just have to. I care about too many people to put my life in the hands of someone else. I just don't trust the people on the road enough to have that entitlement. It's fun to screw around on your bike, but there's a place for that. I get it, the urge is there. I throw out a wheelie every now and then in traffic, and it's irresponsible. But I understand. If something happens to me, when I do that, that's my fault. That's on me. It's not going to be someone's fault if they stop ahead of me and I'm at 12 o'clock and I can't stop correctly. You have to be 100% defensive. This time of year, people aren't used to seeing us on the road more than they already aren't. And I understand that. I hope everybody else that gets on a bike does too. Just be safe. Don't be stupid. Minimize the risk to yourself and the people you love, so you can keep patrolling and keep fighting for what's right. And ride safe. For your sake and the people you love. And for mine. Because I love you too. You guys keep fighting the good fight. See you on the other side.